Hi guys, welcome to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Please, if you are new to this channel, please push that subscribe button. We do everything city, past and present here on these little vlogs, so I do try and inform and entertain, and there's some links on screen as well for Facebook and Twitter where I do post loads of city stuff. So if you follow a friend me on there, I do check every few days and follow and friend everyone back. And if you do get a chance, please have a check out my film and TV channel as well, which I try and inform and entertain on there, and all the latest films and TV drama here in the UK and from around the world. So if you can check that out, that will be fantastic. Anyway, hope you enjoy today's feature. Hi everyone, welcome to the September 2021 City Quiz, where we look back and test your knowledge of the last month. 6 games, so I'm going to really test your knowledge, but it's all for a bit of fun. It's all family friendly, of course, this quiz. You can do it in real time as I do it. I'll leave a space, or if you want to have a pause and play properly, see how many points you can get that way, please pause the thing and have a think as well with some of these. But there's lots of images as well, so you can't, please, it's not one you can just listen to and answer the questions. There's lots of picture questions as well. So as I said, we've got 6 games: Leicester, Leipzig, Southampton, Wycombe, Chelsea, PSG. Is anyone else? That's 6. Yeah, that's 6, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. I'll lose track. 15 questions, 18 points up for grabs. So let's see how many you can get. If you get anything more than half, I think that's quite a good go. If you get 5, it doesn't matter, does it? Just a bit of fun, but you can play with your mates or your family. Turn it into a drinking game. Whatever you want to do with it, have a bit of fun with it anyway. Right, let's get on with it. Question 1. This is for 2 points. There you go, 2-point question. Yeah, great celebration. That's one of my favourite pictures, I think, of the last few weeks. Great celebrations, of course, after the goal against Leicester City. But there's a couple of players missing from that image, isn't there? There's only 9 players there that were actually playing at that point in time when the goal went in. So which 2 players are missing from that shot? So which 2 guys are missing? One of them might be easy, but the other one might be a little bit more difficult. So there's 2 players, 2 points up for grabs if you get both. If you just get one of them, you'll get 1 point. But there you go. I think even I might have managed one. I'm not too sure about the other one. Back a long time. It seems a long time ago now, that game, doesn't it? It certainly does. Right, question 2. Another one for 2 points again with Leicester. Another thing on the Leicester game. There's 2 Leicester players. You have to be having a little bit of knowledge about Leicester City. There's 2 Leicester players missing from that lineup there that started against Manchester City that day. Can you name the 2 players? Again, I would have probably got one of them. I might have struggled on the second, but there you go. Which 2 Leicester players are missing from the starting 11 that played City in that game? And staying with the Leicester game, question 3. Yeah, a cracking goal, of course, by Bernardo. Shame he didn't replicate. He couldn't put it over the line against a certain PSG. But hey, we'll brush over that. We won't mention that. But there we go. So where's the ball, though? Is it A, B, C, or D? So a great goal by Bernardo, of course. But where is it? Where's the ball? Is it A, B, C, or D? Have a quick look. See your judgment. It's not always the obvious, but there you go. So that's Leicester out of the way. On to question 4, which covers RB Leipzig. Yeah, quite a newish team, as you know, as in they were a team, but obviously not called RB Leipzig. But in what year was RB Leipzig, the football team, formed? Was it? I'll give you options: 1989, 1999, 2009, or 2019. So it's one of those. So what year was RB Leipzig first formed? They had to win themselves up from the lower divisions, didn't they, to get to where they are now? But there you go. So was it 1989, 1999, 2009, or 2019? That's question 4. Question 5. Yeah, we've now played 14 times at home. That's at Main Road and the Etihad. And beat German teams how many times in our history? So we played 14 times against German teams. So how many times have we actually won either at Main Road or the Etihad? And I'll give you options again, so I'll give you a chance. Have we won 10 out of the 14, 11, 12, or 13 out of the 14? So of those 14 times we played at home against German opposition, not just obviously Leipzig, any German opposition, we've won 10, 11, 12, or 13 times. Which one of those 4? out of 14 times. So you can have a guess if you're not too sure about that one. Question 6, I just take there's a little quiz in the City programme, so looking at the Southampton game now, and I just nicked one of their questions. So a little guest question from the City magazine against Southampton. Which manager left the Saints to manage City in 1995? There you go. So which club's manager did we nick? I mean, he was that good, we nicked him. Okay, so there you go. That's taken. Thank you, Manchester City, for that question. Anyway, just a little guest quiz question from the Southampton programme. Question 7, here we go. Missing word in the headline, and this is courtesy of the Daily Mirror. Of course, it was the Wycombe game was up next, wasn't it, after Southampton? So the headline was more about that, perhaps, than the Southampton game. But obviously, Pep's thoughts on his team lineup. He said in the headline, "I've got to play blank." So what did he say? I've got to play blank. So don't forget, he was talking about the upcoming Wycombe game, of course, in the Carabao Cup, isn't it? Carabao Cup. So what is the missing word? Just one word. I've got to play blank. Right, question 8, a nice easy one, of course. Who's that there? Who's that versus Southampton? Which City players are? I mean, obviously, some of them are easy, some are not. But would I have got it? I don't know. I might have struggled on that one, to be honest with you. Question 8. Question 9, of course, Wycombe Wanderers. Yes, we played them, of course, in our glorious, as it turned out. It wasn't so glorious about halfway through, but our glorious 98-99 campaign, of course. We played them twice in the league. But here we go. This is for 2 points, and I want the scores in both games. So we played them twice. So what were the scores for a point each? If you get it, obviously the scores correct. If you only get one of them right, you get one. If you don't get any, you get nothing. But we played them twice, of course. So this is for 2 points. Wycombe Wanderers in our glorious 98-99 campaign. And what were the scores? So how did we go on against Wycombe in those games? That was question 9. Question 10, a bit of general knowledge about Wycombe. Think back now to the Wycombe badge. Yeah, there's a poor little animal chained up on it. There's reasons for this, obviously, if you look into the background. But what animal's chained up on the Wycombe Wanderers badge? There's an animal, a creature, whatever, something of that type chained up. So what animal or creature or whatever it is, mammal or whatever it is. What is it on the Wycombe Wanderers badge? What animal or creature or mammal or whichever? Amphibian, whatever. Question 10. Question 11. There you go. So on to question 11. Yeah, Jesus, of course, scored the only goal in going to Chelsea game now. Great win at Chelsea, of course. Seems a long time ago now. But in what minute officially did he score? Was it the, according to all the stats and the papers, etc., was it the 51st, 53rd, 55th, or 57th minute? So again, you've got a chance if you can't remember. Obviously, 1 of 4. But what minute did officially, according to the timekeepers, did Jesus score the only goal at Chelsea? The 51st minute, the 53rd minute, the 55th minute, or the 57th minute? That's question 11. And just throwing this one in for good fun because it sort of cropped up. General knowledge question, really. Allegedly, I think this came to light after the Chelsea game, so there is a connection. Allegedly, after who did Bernardo Silva name his new pet dog? So who's he called it after? He's named it after someone, allegedly. I mean, it all points to that fact. So that appeared on social media. So allegedly, who did Bernardo Silva name his new pet dog after? So what's he called? Question 12. Staying with the Chelsea game and the Chelsea manager. Yeah, according to Wikipedia, so this is on Wikipedia, true or false? Well, true or false, you got a 50-50 chance. True, Thomas Tuchel, the Chelsea manager, is taller than Ruben Diaz. Is that true or false? True or false? Thomas Tuchel, the Chelsea manager, is taller than Ruben Diaz. So there you go. Is that true or is it false? Question 13. And another spot the ball before the penultimate question. Another spot the ball, of course. Sterling rattled the bar into you, and someone couldn't finish it off afterwards. But the keeper was well beaten against PSG. This is a PSG question, but where's the ball? Is it A, B, C, or D? So obviously you say rattled the bar with that. Did everything right, didn't he? Apart from finding the back of the net, unfortunately. He rose really well and had made good contact with it, but it just wasn't good enough, was it? But where is it? Is it A, B, C, or D? Penultimate question. And to finish off, hope you've enjoyed this little quiz anyway. Yeah, a little shirt math, so get your brain working. Only 3 players on there. You have to know the 3 squad numbers, of course. So if you had the 2 City players' squad numbers together, which could be easy-ish, yeah, even I might have done that. But yeah, take from that total of those 2 City players, the total of the PSG player. So there's a PSG. You've got to know what his number is. I wouldn't have had a clue. I would have had to have a guess, but. Yeah, so what number do you end up with? So what's the result? What's the resulting number? So add the 2 City player squad numbers together, take off the squad number of that PSG player on the picture, and what total do we get? So I might have struggled. Yeah, I think if I'd have got half of those, if I was doing this without looking at it and researching it, I would have probably struggled to get half, to be honest with you. But I think bit of fun anyway, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you get, does it? Hope you enjoyed that one anyway. Shall we rattle through the answers? Yeah, we'll rattle through the questions. Let's rattle through the answers. Right, let's go back to the beginning. Yeah, question 1. Yeah, the celebrations. Of course, the 2 players missing from that shot. Obviously, Ederson was probably simple to get, wasn't he? I mean, he's not there, but I had to double check because I do still have trouble recognising a couple of the players, and from a distance, and obviously not HD, is it? Sort of thing. That's my excuse anyway. And Laporte, of course, isn't on there, so I'm hoping that him and Ederson were perhaps having a celebration up the other end of the pitch. I'm not too sure, but there you go. Of course, Ederson. And also, I would have liked to have seen that, actually, if it was true. They might not. Might have just been looking elsewhere or doing something else, but there you go. So Ederson and Laporte, give yourself 2 points if you got both. Just 1 point, you got 1, and none if you got none. I'm sure you got Ederson. Sure you did. Surely you did. Question 2, yeah, this is a bit harder. Which 2 Leicester players are missing from that lineup? Well, of course, I probably would have got Vardy, to be honest with you. I would have probably got him, but the other one was a little bit harder, wasn't it? But yeah, the other player was Albrightons, which he's a regular player, isn't he? So you may have known that. I don't think I would have done, but the 2 Leicester players missing are Albrighton and Vardy. And of course, it's a bit of luck with this, unless you can remember where the ball was in that picture. Yeah, cracking goal by Bernardo, of course. And the ball was at C, yeah. So if you said C to that spot the ball, you were quite correct. And in what year were Leipzig formed? Well, yeah, they're 12 years old as I'm doing this in September 2021. So, yeah, they were actually formed in 2009. So a bit like us, really. We were only formed in 2008, weren't we? So, yeah, not quite as old as us, obviously, just by a few history buffs. Yeah, a bit tongue-in-cheek. But there you go. So they were formed in 2009. Yeah, I think they were a 5th division German club they took over from. But please check out my... obviously, I'll be doing a History Boys feature for our R.I.P Leipzig away game, and some information on that will be in that as well. So just a matter of interest. But 2009, give yourself a point if you said that. Yeah, we played 14 times now against various German opposition. I've seen most of those games, if not all of them, to be honest with you, at Main Road and the Etihad from the very first one back in the 60s, 70s. But yes, we've actually now won 11. So if you said 11, give yourself out of 14, give yourself a pat on the back. We've won 11, drawn 2, and lost just 1. So there you go. So that's 11 out of the 14 times. So if you said 11, give yourself a point for that. Question 6, yeah, of course, the guest question, wasn't it? Which from the Southampton Pro Matchday programme. Of course, it was, we've got Mr. Wonderful, haven't we? Mr. World Cup winner himself. Of course, it was Alan Ball, wasn't it, that we took from Southampton. I don't think they were that bothered, to be honest with you, but there you go. We probably have to pay him compensation or something, I'm not too sure. But yep, the answer, Alan Ball. Question 7, the missing word in the headline. Yeah, because he was preparing for Wycombe, obviously, he was going to play a few kids, wasn't he? But it wasn't the kids, was it? He says, I've got to play pups. There you go, P-U-P-S, pups. So if you got that, well done. I don't think I would have got that, to be honest with you. I would have said I've got to play kids or something like that, but nope, it was pups. There you are. I've got to play pups. So if you said that, give yourself a point. And of course, it's Mr. Whippy, isn't it? Who's that against the Saints? Of course, it's our wonderful Ilkay, isn't it? Gundogan. Mr. Whippy to his mates, other names as well, but yeah, I might struggle with that. I don't know how you did, but question 8. Question 9, there we go. Yes, we played Wycombe, of course, in the league in our 98-99. Obviously, equivalent third tier of English football season, our only one, but people seem to think we were always, we were always down at that level of football when you listen to opposing fans, etc. And of course, we got beat both times, but that wasn't good enough. I wanted to know, of course, the scores, didn't I? So we lost 1-0 at their place. So we lost 1-0 at that. So give yourself a point for that. And of course, despite a Sean goal at Main Road, we lost 2-1 at Main Road as well. So we lost both 1-0 and 2-1. So give yourself 2 points if you got both of them. 1 if you only got 1. And the poor little animal, the poor animal creature, amphibian, whatever, is of course a swan. All with a little chain around his legs. As I say, there will be a bit of information on that. Obviously, at some stage in the future, if we come across Wycombe Wanderers again. But there you go. It got all very complicated when I was looking at it. There's different versions of why. It's not as simple as because of this. It's obviously there's a lot of doubt. So not doubt, but a lot of different things coming out. A bit like in Riverard in the bananas. It's a lot. It's sort of a lot of old hearsay and stuff's gone down in history. But there you go. Anyway, I waffle, don't I? It is a swan. So if you said a swan, give yourself a point. Question 11, of course, Jesus scored the only goal attributed to being the 53rd minute. So if you said 53, give yourself a point for that. So he scored our winning goal in the 53rd minute at Chelsea. The general knowledge, of course, Bernardo allegedly has called his new pet dog after, of course, John Stones. So he's said, how true? I don't know. I'm sure it is true because of the sense of humour of men in general, footballers. But we always seem to have a good sense of humour at City with our players, don't we? But he's allegedly called his new pet dog after John Stone, so that's really nice. Probably correct as well. And according to Wikipedia, true or false? Thomas Tuchel, the Chelsea manager, is taller. Of course, he is taller. He's a tall guy, isn't he? Diaz is only attributed to being 6'1". I'm not too sure how much that is in centimetres. My apologies. I work in old money. I'm an old man. He's 6'1", and Tuchel is credited to being 6'3", so he's a good 2 inches taller. So there you go. Mr. Tuchel is 6'3", and a yes. So if you said true, Thomas Tuchel is bigger and taller than Ruben Diaz. Give yourself a point. And the penultimate one, spot the ball again. So I say it's A, B, C, or D. Of course, that's B, isn't it? If it had been at A, perhaps it may have gone in, mightn't it? It may have snuck under the bar, but it's B, a bit lower, mate. You might have been on. Then again, the keeper might have saved it a bit lower, but there you go. It's one of those things. So if you said the letter B for that, spot the ball, give yourself a point. And the last one. Here we go. I'm sure you got the 2 City guys. Of course, Grealish, shirt maths. Grealish is a 10 and Cancelo is a 27. So if you got them 2 together, of course, you get 37. And it's Mr. Mbappe, isn't it? And Mr. Mbappe's squad number for PSG has been for the last 2 or 3 seasons is number 7. So you take your 7 from the 37. And the answer I wanted, and give yourself a point if you got it, is 30. 3-0, blind 30. So there you go. I think it adds up to about 18 points anyway. As I said, if anything over 1 is good. It's fine. As I said, I would have been struggling to probably get 9 myself. So let me know what you got, please. I know some of you do, some of you don't, but just please let me know. And hopefully you enjoyed that. I say there'll be one in October for all out. Obviously, there's an international break, isn't it? So perhaps not as many games in October to go at, but we'll have a 15 questionnaire for October as well. And if you've not had a look at August, I mean, it's getting longer and longer ago, isn't it? To look back and remember certain like team lineups and stuff like that. But please have a go at the August one as well if you've not done that one. Set the new format for the quiz. It's just a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun for all the family, all you City fans as well. That'll be fantastic. Anyway, let me know in your comments what you think and any ideas. You want me to add anything to it? I do little bits and bobs. If you followed my That Was the Week That Was last season, lots of different things that I put in there that I've not put in these yet, but I'll add them as the months go by anyway. Thanks for watching. Whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More important, let's all look after each other. Till we meet here again on the Citizen channel, or perhaps if you want to have a look at my film and TV channel, I'll try and inform and entertain on there if I can as well. So have a look at that if you get a chance. But either way, until I see you again, all I ever ask is please stay safe, please. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.